What's going on Facebook? Happy Monday to everyone. I hope y'all had a great weekend. I'm off today, tomorrow my birthday, so decided to take off for the week. No emails and all of that good stuff, but I vowed to drop more content. Today I want to speak on fathers and mothers. We're gonna name today's topic, "What you see is what you get." That's a very famous song, but I'm gonna put my twang on that, and I'm gonna start with fathers. Fathers, the life that you're currently living now, would you endorse your sons, nephews to follow your footsteps? Mothers, the life that you're living now, would you endorse your daughters to follow your steps and walk the paths that you are walking? I did not once go into specifics of what certain fathers are doing or what certain mothers are doing. I just asked, whatever you're doing, are you okay with your kids following your steps? This topic, it wasn't brought to me. This topic is straight within. This topic comes from me personally. Being in the streets, doing whatever I was doing, associating myself with the people I was associating myself with. At some point of life, I asked myself, do I want to see my son follow my steps and be a blood or a crip and just gang banging? And more than likely, I'm gonna lose them in the jail cell or in the streets. The answer was no. So that by that answer being no, it was on me. I had to give up certain things in my life. I had to move differently. I had to change my crowd. I've been shunned. And I've accepted that. A lot of people have looked up to me, and especially in the streets, in certain factors, as I stated, in certain factors, the gang street world, a lot of people looked up to me. But what a lot of those, and a lot of them was youngsters, a lot of those didn't realize was I have sons that's looking up to me as well. Although I love y'all and y'all my little homeboys, these kids are my responsibility. I couldn't imagine as a father having one of my kids' mother crying, boo-hoo crying on my shoulder and telling me it's my fault that our child has passed away because you introduced him into a life you should have never introduced him. That really touched me, and my kid's mom can vouch. I have never brought my kids around when I was doing whatever I was doing, meeting up with whoever I was meeting up with. That is where maturity come in. You have to love your kids that much more than yourself. And when I say that, I mean you have already walked through the storms, the pavements. You know what's coming ahead. How, as a father of love, a genuine father, how can you accept seeing your son follow those ways and fall into the same gangs and traps and hustle with them? The blame really will be on you. When that mama crying because her baby boy died, because that son wanted to be just like his daddy, the blame is on you. You did that. You had the power to keep him or her away from everything illegal and show them something different. And when we go into showing something different, it forces you. Showing something different, it forces you. It forces you to do a self-evaluation on your life. What are you doing? Like, is it worth it? It makes you question yourself. So, I'm on fathers right now, but fathers, that's just a quick question. What you're doing out there right now, would you sign off and allow your sons to be mini-me's of you? If you do, more power to you. God bless. But when I knew I didn't want my kids to follow my steps, I started changing my crowd, stopped going to certain events. As I previously stated, nothing is wrong with clubs. I just have bad luck with clubs. I don't do clubs. When my kids are with me, hey, we either spending time watching movies, cooking, eating, and talking. They asking me about how my mom, because a couple of my kids miss my mom. They never met them. How my mom and great grandma was, and taking them to certain events. We have right now. These young kids are they are so ahead of time. In for all those parents that has good kids, it is imperative that we must protect their innocence. Please don't expose them to a world that they can't handle. You know for a fact that you never even had them around that area. That area is vague to them, because some kids, once they get in the new surroundings, it's almost like a drug. It's addicted to them, So as fathers, we must present ourselves, and we must change within first to allow our kids to see exactly the type of man that they should be. Mothers, are you happy, and will you as of today, would you sign off? Would you sign off on letting your daughters be just like you, or following your footsteps, being many yous? Mothers, would you allow your daughters to let a young man stay at your house without paying rent, coming in any time of the day, making you an option, you cooking and cleaning, and all he's giving you is $150, $200 on bills, taking your car? You got a child, y'all at home all day because he took your car. These are hypotheticals, please. Just give an example. Is this what you want your daughter to grow up and date? Do you want your daughters to grow up and date? Vice versa. Young men, the younger me, men that's in the streets, that is doing God knows what, gang banging and killing and shooting. Do you want your daughter to date those type of men because that's what you are not thrilled, but that's what you attract? Street boys and all that. And again, I don't have nothing against no one. Hey, nothing against my brother that in the streets doing whatever they doing. I'm asking the mother, are you okay with your daughter? She may be 10, but when she hit 18, 19, she's starting to date and she's starting to take on those same traits that you showed her, different men coming out of your house. Are you okay with that? And if the answer is no, today is the day that you say enough is enough. It's not about me. As I stated on the male side, enough is enough. It's not about Craig. I have to change because I have sons that's looking up to me. Bigger picture, there's a very bigger picture, but we can start with that alone by changing our household. Michael Jackson saying, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. You don't have to worry about Pookie, Shantae, and anybody else what they doing. Once you start to do the work in your own house and getting your own house in order, then you will be able to possibly help others. But as long as you're living in chaos, those kids are naturally picking those things up. Naturally, we as a whole, because everyone's not like this, but as a whole, we must do better. We must do better in our picking. We must do better on the women's side. There has been women that has survived 3-4 years of generation on what is it called? When you get free rent, HUD or whatever, TANF, HUD. Don't quote me, but there's women that have lived, great grandmas, mamas, kids have followed those steps, and I'm just showing you how generations work. Somebody, some way, somehow have to break that chain. Nothing is wrong with needing government help from time to time. But if you have 2 and 3 generations of the government paying all your bills and you're not working because the government gonna find out and they gonna cut your rent, and that $50 rent gonna turn to what the real taxpayers are paying, we got a problem. In that situation, you're limiting your daughter. You're limiting her capabilities. It's similar to a man. That young lady might have a mind of gold, ambitious, wants so much out of life, but if her life is surrounded by basic low level and and I won't say low vibration, but women that's okay with not working and believe a man should take care of them, and if a man gonna date you, he better pay all your bills. You're gonna create a young lady like that. Fellas, and I'll drop a little gem before I go. I'm 15 minutes in. Years ago, many years ago, I had dinner with a Mexican friend, and this is the first time I seen this, where after dinner, the daughters, my friend sisters, would take the plates and wash their brother's plates, and the brother would open up his sister's door and take out the trash. Never seen it before, and I asked him, I asked the dad why Warren couldn't wash the dishes. He says, Craig, in our culture, we raise and mold young women to be wives. I said, wow, that's deep. So with that, I was like, oh man, by the time she's 17, 18, 19, 20, she's gonna have a value perspective that's gonna beat out a lot of women. A man not gonna even have to ask. She know to take his plate and wash it. Same for my homeboy. He know once he go to the car, he open up the door for his sister. See, these are little things that our culture must, and I won't say adopt, but there's things that we can do better on. I am not going against my people. All I'm wanting is for our people to see greatness within, to learn from our past, to evolve, and to be collectively unified when it comes to certain situations. That's all I want. My young men I mentor, I want to teach them that a single word is not worth shooting up a club. And for the young ladies, I instill in them that y'all are precious princesses. Y'all will be the mother of the earth. Don't give your body to just know any and everyone. You have a child, and that dad is straight up deadbeat to the world. I'm trying to prevent all of that before that happening. And the only way that can be implemented is when we start young. And that's why I stated I don't mind working with Hispanics, blacks, Asians, white, but my goal is to enhance, empower, and allow my people to see the greatness, the strength, the potential they have within. Parents, it's on us. It's time for us to dedicate time and allocations, and it don't even have to be money. When I'm with my daughters, I just simply tell them, you're the most beautiful woman on the world. And I just love to see them blush. I say all that to say, when they get older, They shouldn't have a confidence problem. My daddy told me how beautiful I was, in spite of how y'all think I was, how I am. Ladies, tell your sons, y'all are kings, y'all are heading for greatness. Don't settle. Do not settle. These are just a couple topics in a couple areas that I think that everyone should understand. But hey, wish you all the best. Like, subscribe, comment. I'm here. God bless. A better tomorrow.